Alright, g'day and welcome. Okay, so I'm just about finished. Looks good. I just want to give him a quick clean up. Make sure I get all the meatlets off of me, and especially before I go back into the house. Of course, put my glove back on. You just never stay clean enough doing this, I swear to God. Yeah, so I got it right from basically from the meat around the ears. There's a little bit left there, but I'm going to go over it with the knife, and then I'll scrape it up with that. What I'm just going to do is take the rest of the meatlets off this knife. Very hard to keep that beef clean with all the little chunks, but this is just like a final scrape down. Hopefully I got enough battery to catch it all, but it's basically just, the final cleanup or whatever. Just nice and light with the knife, whatever I missed. And, yeah, get all that. Again, all the fat's got to come off on one of these guys if you want them to dry properly. You're always going to miss something, but try to get as much as you can. And just nice and gentle, right down. See, that much more still came off. And some of it's just the stuff that goes flying back onto it as it's flying around. So, yeah, that's not too bad. I don't know how long it took me. It took me probably about an hour. There you go. Got a little bit of thick stuff there. Anywhere there's thick stuff. And I'll give it one more final go over with that drag, that other little tool I got. This is a valuable tool. It's the first time I really used it, and I've had it for a long time. I'll do, later on, I'll do a separate video on all the tools I got and stuff like that. I'd like to find out the proper name. All I know it is a hide scraping tool. Weber might make it. Not Weaver, but Weber. R-I-E-B-E. Weeb. Maybe not Weber, but Weeb. Sorry. I think is the name of the company. But just research fleshing scraping tools. I'm going to go all the way down. Sorry I'm out of camera here, but there's a little bit of chunk down here I'd like to get. Nice and gently. Getting around the tail is a little bit tricky, but I did it. Yeah, so again, just clean up, that final cleanup. Yeah, sometimes it's just you're just getting it cleaned enough, you know what I mean? So that you can really get a good drying out of it. I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but it doesn't matter. But I'm just starting at the top. Seems like on his right side he's got more bristle and fat on him than on the other side. It always seems like that for some reason. An easy side and a hard side of every animal. Why that is, I don't know. How does it know? How does it know? And probably gonna have to do that again. I'm gonna start under the arm. So hopefully that tool will come in handy again. I'm pretty sure it will. Go easy on the legs here. Just nice and easy on the last one. Yeah. Very thin on the legs. Very thin on the legs. So I'll just use this. That's probably as much as I can flesh them, I think. I think I put a hole in them. Not a big hole, but holes are holes, and we get one hole. So I think that's just as good as I'm going to get them. Would have liked to got that a bit better, but belly's good. Didn't cut the nipples too much. And I'll just, yeah, the belly's really clean, so go right down to the edge here. Sometimes you'll find like little pinholes in these guys, and even if you didn't do it, sometimes they're just there from, I guess, other animals biting them and chewing on them. Whatever. Not much you can do about those little pinholes. I get this stuff off the the edge here, clean it the best I can. On here. It's like I say, you take some off and the rest of it just falls back on. Well, once I get them on the board, I can go over them with this again. And looks good. Looks good. Again, little bite marks are like something got bit in the butt or something. Yeah, this tool is good because it doesn't, you know, you're able to pull off a lot of that fat without putting it. It's not sharp, so, and it kind of cleans some of the remainder stuff that just won't come off. So sometimes there's just only so clean you can get it, right? So even up here, like your gloves get full of meatlets and stuff like that. So once you get them on the board, you can go over them. The next day, if there's anything loose or whatever, you can go over them again. I think we're going to call this one fleshed. Yeah, there's really not much more I can do to them. Come down the back. And then, yeah, it always seems like there's always a little more you can take off. But, you know, when do you say when, right? You got to think of how this thing's going to dry. So I probably could do a little more between the shoulder blades, but when you say when. When you say when. Then the next day we look at it on, oh, I should have just done that, you know. Why did I leave that, you know? The tail's pretty tricky, and again, it's hard not to get all kind of slimy on the tail. You want that tail to stay nice and, you know, nice and gooder. But yeah, try to get right at that tail opened up there so you can really clean that up. I think that's it. That's all I'm doing anyway. Probably could get them a little bit better, but without damaging them, you know, like it's you just really want to go easy on it. At some point, you're getting, you know, like you could always take off a little more, but yeah, at some point you're just going to start putting holes in them. Like, you know, or you're going to start cutting the underguard hair, which is if your pelt dries and you start seeing the hair fibers on this side, you've overfleshed it. So just so you know that. So anyway, there we go. I'll go check my time. Okay, I didn't even really use this board, and there's meatlets on this board. How in the heck? You gotta get another rag. What the heck? See what I mean? Got a big gob there. Get off my board. Alright, so give this a clean up. One thing too, this board, for example, today when I grabbed it, there's nothing on it. I grabbed it and I noticed there was something sharp on it. It was a remainder of tack that had broken off on it, and it was stuck here. So just be careful that you get all that stuff off, because what ends up happening is when it dries, it might tear when you go to take it off, right? So, okay, so that's not so bad. The last thing to do to them is, well, before we start really getting into the boarding process, is again, make sure he's 100% dry, not 99% dry, 100% dry, because, you know, ruin the fur very quickly. I'm just going to pull him inside out and go give him a shake out. Meatlets flying off of him. There you go. And I'm going to go brush them out. I'm going to stick them on my there. See, there's some meatlets there. Not too bad, but you know, you'll pick all that stuff out, and then I can put them on. It's a lot lighter without all that fat on them. That beaver, that 62-pound beaver, just the pelt alone is probably about 10-15 pounds. It's really, really heavy. Really, really heavy. So anyway, there's my first raccoon. I know I didn't do as much of the fleshing filming, but you have to understand the amount of upload time I'm up against. My laptop, I emptied it yesterday, and it's full again today. You know, just catching up on some of the stuff that I'm doing. That'll be good for now. I'm just going to brush them out. And maybe I won't put them against all that stuff. Get all the meatlets off them. I'm going to set them here for now. I'll go see how long that took me. Probably about an hour or so. There's still lots of light left. Excuse me, but I'm not gonna. I can't do the beaver today anyway, simply due to the fact that the beaver, okay, my beaver is not dry. I had to wash him because of the blood. So yeah. So anyway, this is the new station. I'll come back, get him on the board, and there we go. Yeah, there's no hydro in here either, so everything's in there. Gonna get all the meatlets off me by the time we get in the house. Like, yeah, you get pretty dirty in this. So you can see, like, you know, it's like, we'll go check the time. It was 10 after 1 when I started. Okay, so 10 after 1. We'll go see what time it is. I'm gonna run because I want to get this all. It's at 11 minutes. 48 seconds before it splices over to the next video. And I got my next job. My last 2 jobs of the day is throwing wood and check my my traps. See if I got anything else. All right, and I got lots of time. Oh wow, that took me longer than I thought. So yeah. 10 after 1, and it's 20 to 3.